Alright, it is time to go back to war once again. This time, we're bringing out the big guns, the Jackalope. See you soon. Hello guys, hello ladies, hello everyone. Welcome back to the workshop. We are continuing to work on the Jackalope from Jackalope Enterprises. As you can see, boom, right there. And we are going to continue doing them in a Christmas theme. So again, we're going to put the Jackalope kind of aside for the moment. And we're going to continue working on the rider. So what we're going to do is, to me anyway, it seems like he's wearing a vest. So we're going to make the shirt white and, you know, kind of like in the Santa Claus colors. And then his boots are going to be black. His hat. I was wondering what to do with the hat, and I've had a few opinions that I should do the hat red, and it looks like there is a molded trim on the hat, and that I'm going to do white, because, you know, he's not Santa Claus, but we're going to kind of make him in the festival red and white, sort of kind of candy cane, Santa Claus colors. So we're going to start, excuse me, with doing, using Ghost Gray from Vallejo Paints. It's been actually one of my favorite go-to paints to start white. And we are going to hopefully just get a little. We don't need a lot. I'm going to have to get a new one of these very soon. I've been using it quite a bit. And we are going to take my Vallejo paint Zero, which is kind of a nice fine tip. It's a pretty good workhorse too. It's got a nice fine tip to it. Water down the grade. So I'll let it run a little bit smoother. And then we are going to just apply the white to the shirt. And again, if we get white, you know, where we're not supposed to have it, we just go back to the former color and fix it up. Well, you can see, I'm not sure how well you can see, but I got a little bit of the white on the red, so I'll have to tidy that up. This one's going to be a little bit more tidy, a little bit more delicate. Because the hand or the arm is right up against the body. So we'll just take a little extra time. Try our best to get as little on there as we can. And of course, it'll be require two thin coats. Nice. Smooth looking coat. Alright. Now comes the hard part. Now comes the part where we try and do the shirt with as little interference to the red as possible. And for this, I believe it would be a very smart idea to pull out make things look bigger glasses. And we're going to use our detail brush from Army Painter. just take your time. Be slow. And I did make some oopses. I did get some white where it should be red, and I'll just go back and fix that later on. No worries. Right now, it's all about being as careful as you can. Yeah. And then tidying it up later. If you see thin spots, it's a good time to try and fill them in. The smaller brush with a thinner point gives you a little bit more control. There we go. Like I said, we'll clean up the white and the red. After everything is settled down and dry. There we go. Well, let's go over to the Jackalope and see what we do. See what we can do. So we're doing the Jackalope and the Rider in two different ways. We're kind of doing the Jackalope with contrast, with a mix of contrast and regular paint, and we're seeing what we can do. All right. So I think for the Jackalope, at least the antlers, we are going to take skeleton horde. Which I'm kind of looking for on my which one do you think would be easy to find? But I have a lot of different paints to go through. And sometimes it can be quite difficult to find, apparently. You'd think it'd be easy, but it's not. I am, however, going to need my apothecary white. Whatever, I'll just use this one. I do have another one. I do have it's a closed one. I'd really not. Found the open one. So now we shake the living crud. Oh, with the noises and the things, and they fall and whatever. So now we shake the crap out of the skeleton horde. Go. We're just going to use it straight out of the pot, kind of like a wash. That is not. That is the brush that I want. And skeleton horde. We are going to use those right on the antlers. And that's a great color to start the antlers with. And just make sure that it goes all the way to the root. Make sure that you get all the spots. There we are. Antlers. Now, like I said, we're doing the jackalope kind of in winter color, so we're going to give it a yellow, or not a yellow. We're going to give it a winter coat, so we're going to give it a white coat, and we're going to kind of do the tips of the ears in a black. And I want to use the contrast blacks. Oh yeah, I still want that one. So we're going to shake up a color called Black Templar. It's also from the contrast colors. I'm going to shake the crud out of it. I'll make sure that it's all mixed nice. I don't know if you can see, but there's like little white spots, and that's where the kind of the pigment and everything is separated. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use what's called contrast medium. We're going to mix that up too. What contrast medium does is it thins the contrast paint, but it doesn't mess with the pigments. It doesn't really thin out your pigments very much. So you still have a good strong color. We're going to take 1, 2, 3, brushes of the contrast medium. And we're going to take 1 brush full of the Black Templar. We're going to mix it all together. And then what we're going to do is right around the tips of the ears, we're going to put some black. And then I'm going to actually take some water. I'm going to thin it down. I'm going to put on another coat. Let's just pulling it off. Yeah, it's just pulling it off at the moment. So we'll just wait a second. We'll put a little bit. On the nose. Kind of thought about putting a little bit And the front paws. Going back to the tips now that they've dried. Make the very tips just a little bit more black. Don't want much, just a little bit. Gonna do the same thing with the nose. There we go. Now we're going to go to our apothecary white. And we're going to shake it until that white part here is all mixed in, and it's the nice it's a nice gray color. And I don't know if you can hear, I put a mixing ball in there. It's just a small stainless steel ball bearing, and it helps mix and move the paints around. It helps mix it. It helps mix it up. Okay. Now that white is gone, now it's a nice even color all the way through. Take a little bit out. This one we're going to use water to thin. I want it to behave more like a wash. All I'm doing is just applying it to where the white areas are. When it dries, it'll dry more like a like a shade. There. Now that's going to take a bit to dry. In which case means we can go back to the Jackalope and figure things out. So I mean, we got the saddlebags at least base colored, which is nice. But we still have the saddle, the saddle blanket, and the reins, eyes. Well, I think the eyes are a really, really, really dark brown. We got a color here called Wildwood. It looks pretty dark. Again, we're going to shake it up. And this is all, again, this is all contrast paints. And I'm just using this one straight out of the pot. There's no thinning it or anything. Well, could be darker. Yeah, it's actually not bad looking. Now we're going to go a little old school with reins. We're going to try doing it the older way. So we're going to start with Mournfang Brown. I'm going to use the same Vallejo brush. Pull some of that brown out. Add a tiny bit of water. There we go. And then it's just more or less following the lines. And if you do get a little bit over paint, that's okay. Just go back to the color it was. And work it out. Well, there is a buckle right there. But we're going to go back over it later on. Weird. The bit is not in the mouth like you'd think it should, but it's kind of a strap. But I'm just following the details that are there. As weird as it may be, like I said, I'm just following along. I may have thinned it a little too much, but that's okay. Just be as careful as you can. Any overpaints will be fixed up. You can see how the reins are coming along, nice and slow, nice and easy. Yeah, don't even mind too much if you get uh, brown or whatever color you're doing for the reins on the fur. Just go back to whatever color you did your fur, and you can fix it up. There we are. The reins are pretty much the same color as my saddlebags, but the saddle itself will be a very big different color. Or a very big different color. It'll be a different color. There'll be a big difference between the two colors. Much better English I speak now, because caveman, not am I, not am me. I don't know, however you want to. I actually do, do know how to speak. Sometimes the words act faster than my brain, and they just go, "Hey, we're here," and they're not the right ones. But as you can see, the reins on the Jackalope are mostly done. Now what we're going to do is we are going to take our lovely Agraxer shade, one of the best colors around for shades. Shake the living jeebas out of it, because, that's what we do. And we are going to take our, oh no, not that one, that one. Our wash brush. And we are going to give a quick wash on the reins, because it'll help us do the lowlights and it'll help us do the highlights. And again, if we get too much somewhere, we can sop it up later on. Or fix it up with the color of the fur, make it tidier. And I'm going to do the same. I think I did it before on the packs, but if I didn't, I am now. There we go. There we are. And to darken up the eyes just a little bit, we're going to throw some of the wash on the eyes. There we are. And if we really want, just for funsies, because hey, it's a jackalope. We can do what we want. We can darken up the tips. There we go. Because it's our miniature, we can do what we want. I mean, we can do it as close to a classic jackalope as we want to. But like I said, I've decided to do winter colors, and so I've decided to do the antlers slightly different. Because I thought it would be fun. Okay. Well, that is pretty. There we go. That is pretty much it for us today, folks. It's been a pleasure. And as always, stay safe, be safe, most of all, paint safe, and we'll see you next time in the workshop.